Welcome to a new start, the Chronicles of the Shiny Pennies. Warmest greetings to all of our listeners, new and old. Just a reminder, if you have a question about the world of Mundus Fractura, our sessions, the characters, or just want to say hello, don't be shy, please feel free to leave a comment. Now on to session 36. Last time, Shoefly, the Spirit Drikkar and Healer, Flip-Flop, the Felidae Necromancer, and the Elven Psionic Mason, the enigmatic Lady for Today, continued their walk up the banks of the River Champion in their search for the source of the recent flood. On their path, they discovered the Goblin City of Welton, where they spent some time seeking answers from the city's god, the Knowing Well. The well directed them further west to seek a fish that isn't a fish, and travel west they did. Will the pennies find the fish learned of by wish? Will the buy of a wish not turn up a fish? Is there such a thing as a turn-up fish? And would such a thing just be so delish? As an unrelated side note, I think a turnip fish would taste like feet. But that's neither here nor there. Let's find out as we now join them in session.
It was either that or it was going to get thrown out. And pressure.
Is this your dude now?
Yes, Burgagine.
Fun fact.
Why can't I remember this stuff?
Okay, well I can start so you have time to remember. So, Shu's fun fact this week involves the latest video. Part of the reason he was scared to be the healer adventurer and wanted to be a chest maker is one of his great uncle's ghosts had come to talk to the family about the varying things he had done, and he had died at the Jin River in the Arrow Canyon. He slipped near the top and bounced all the way down. His body died. He died fairly quick, but his body just kept bouncing all the way down. And he was telling the story with great enthusiasm, and frankly, it scared Shu so badly from such a horrible death that it only pushed him even further into wanting to be a chest maker.
And for anybody who is keen, either you at the table or anybody listening, there is a Simpsons reference there. You might need to be old to get it, but if you swap the words around, it'll be obvious.
I'm not old enough.
There was a lot of references in that one.
Yeah,
I got 0 of them.
I can, yeah.
I got fixated on the visual of Kim Torres running through fields of flowers, and I zoned out and didn't hear any of them.
Yeah, apiarist Kintors.
I have my fun fact.
Oh my god.
In any town, village, or city that Mason Addie Perry for today has ever been at, she always befriends all of the local like street urchins and homeless people and all those kind of people, and hires them to work on her projects that she's been contracted to work on. So she always has like a steady source of like low cost labor, and that's why she's able to undercut her competition.
I thought it was out of the goodness of your heart. I thought it was like a Robin Williams kind of thing, and you were just hiring.
No, she's a capitalist.
Okay.
Just pulls up to the Home Depot. Hey, who needs a job for the day?
Pretty much.
Nice.
So when Flip-Flop was younger, Flip-Flop's job was helping Mom in the kitchen all the time, and Mom made amazing pies.
Mm-hmm.
And Flip-Flop's only job she had every single time, because the job changes depending on what was needed, but Flip-Flop's only job was to get a bag of sugar, like to have the sugar for the pie at any given time.
Oh shit.
That was the last thing Flip-Flop was did when she left home, was asked to go get a bag of sugar, and sometimes remembers that, oh shit, I never got the bag of sugar. And so she'll buy a bag of sugar, and then a couple weeks later forget why she has a bag of sugar and just kind of toss it aside. So there's random bags of sugar in places that there shouldn't be.
Scattered throughout Mundus.
It's the there was a Sesame Street one of their little outtake cartoons where kid had to go get a loaf of bread, a stick of butter, and a carton of milk.
Yeah, I remember that one.
You single-handedly have raised the price of sugar by 2%.
And there are actually little hoard stock caches of sugar
Because of this unexpected demand.
Yeah.
across the Western Vale.
I would think it would go the opposite way because people would just be finding these random bags of sugar and go, hey, I don't want to buy sugar. It's like,
Free sugar.
Wait, salted sugar, salted sugar. Oh, ooh, sugar.
Game.
Crack cocaine.
first you get the sugar, then you get the win.
True, true, true. Tom's full of sugar. Can you take these away from me? I know it'll give me a stomachache.
Did you
I'm not
like?
supposed to eat the skins.
Lectins.
I'm being good again, except for the beer.
So,
But they're tasty, aren't they?
last time on the Shiny Pennies,
We walked a lot.
Anybody want to, or shall I?
Lord of the Rings.
I wrote, purchased 6 well-done rat skewers in Welton. That was my notes from the session.
Of course.
We walked a lot. We met some goblins.
I'm
That weren't
definitely-
as hostile as we thought that I was told
They were
goblins were.
I'm quite the notes taker.
You are very detailed. I'm
When
just
I
going to add a
argued
couple
with the well,
small
just a couple
footnotes.
A few things, just a few
couple
details.
Yeah, I argued with a well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chapter 35. And I'm out of pretzels. So we picked up the following morning. Mason had picked up a stick and had a vision of the flood water coming. Then we decided we needed breakfast, so we started searching around. I found a pan for Mason since... Shute found a pan for Mason since Mason had almost ruined the adamantine one. Mason started a fire and made some breakfast. Flip-Flop went exploring and found a chest with a couple items, but the big one was a key that had a mouth as the head of the key. Using Dottie, we found out that the key is named Fernando. And it is actually a key to a magic extra-dimensional cottage. And it's a safe space. We simply put the key into the air, door opens into the cottage. We traveled to the next stopping point. Along the way, there was no animals, no bodies. In fact, there was almost no sound at all. It was very eerie quiet. We stopped for the night. Noticed that both sides of the river are still water damaged in the area we're traveling through. We decided to use the cabin for the first night. Flip-Flop took the mules and her box and gloves and Mason all in. I stayed out to keep watch. During the watch, two large spiders, followed by 5 of the spiritual devourers, were traveling around, but they didn't see us. They just passed on. When we were out, while he was watching, Flip-Flop checked her box, and it became something of a vacuum. Little concerning. In the morning, the cabin had made eggs and bacon for everyone. The mules had oats that they were snacking on. Flip-Flop, in experimenting with her one glove, lost the glove, nearly lost a hand. Realized that the box wasn't going to be able to be used anymore, but decided to keep it because it could make a handy bomb. As we traveled on, we came out of the forest and some of the animals started coming back. We made camp for the night. Flip-Flop found a nest of baby ducks and made some duck sliders for the evening for dinner. During this, we found that the cabin will actually provide everything you need. All you have to do is basically ask for it, and the cabin will give you what it is you need and want. It also tends to clean itself, so we never have to clean it.
It does feel a bit judgy.
It was a quiet night. We traveled the next day. During our travels, we found a dead horse, and a little bit later found a dead goblin, some of the first bodies we'd seen in quite a while. Flip-Flop went hunting and found 3 baby pigs that she killed to make with dinner.
No, I brought them back to keep them alive for a bit, but they wouldn't shut up.
They were
And killed to make dinner. During the night, a band of war band of goblins came through the camp. Mason and Flip-Flop were in the cabin, in the magic cottage. one of the goblins opened the box. It killed 3 of them with its suction. And they went nuts and tried to trash everything, but they ended up leaving. We headed out, and as we traveled along, we came to a farm with a giant hog plowing, wearing a hat, and there was a goblin behind it, a goblin farmer named Jinkin. We chatted with him. He was rather gruff, but farmy. Explained that he had felt 2 earthquakes and that there was water. We passed on till we came to a town that we did find out was called Welton. It's a goblin village. There is a wishing well in the center of the town. Using some coins, flip-flop, got some information about the flood. It was prophetic in a way, so it talked about a fish that had been in a river and was taken out into the ocean where it was changed and became not a fish and wanted to go home, and in going home, it is what caused the flood. It's just north of the crater, which is to the west. During that time, Shu talked to the well with Flip-Flop's help and found out that possibly his brother had been passing through the town just a few days before. We traveled some more. We got the goblins to help fill out our map for the next little bit because it was incomplete for us. That was as far as the human settlements had gone and explorers. So they helped fill out the map. We started traveling. It was 3 days to the crater. We met an old tortoise that Flip-Flop talked to, who explained that he had never actually experienced floods before and did not understand what had happened. I met a ghost who mentioned that he had seen Hai about 4 days earlier, my brother. We got to the area. It's very disturbed. It smells very strongly of dead fish. We could see where the dam had broken, and just up ahead was a cloud. It looked like a black cloud, but upon inspection for a little bit, we realized it was a giant gathering of carrion birds and insects. And that is where we begin chapter 36.
So yeah, a couple additional notes.
I would like to retcon a little bit.
Oh, sorry, did I get something wrong?
No.
Okay.
Actually, you didn't get anything wrong. So when you guys left the cabin in the morning,
Yeah.
you have a dead zone moment.
Yeah, when I touch the stick.
No. You're having a dead zone
Oh.
moment when you leave the cabin. So
Okay.
one day before. So you did your little day trip.
Okay.
This last leg. When you leave the cabin in the morning, you touch the doorknob to leave the cabin, and you flash to there is a
Baguette factory.
no, not a baguette factory. There is a ranch. It looks like a goblin ranch somewhere near Welton, and you see several pigs just disappearing.
Oh shh.
You also see several, like dozens of eggs disappearing from chicken coops. Like it just kind of flashes to that farm.
And then they just like actually like just they're there.
Then they're
And
not.
then-
They just
then they're not.
just dissipate.
Okay. And is it like they immediately go invisible, or do they like slowly fade away?
What would you prefer?
Boink out of existence.
They boink out of existence then.
Okay.
There's like a small popping
Yeah.
sound as it happened. Just a little.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. And then after that
And
happened,
then and you zort back.
I told him about it.
Oh, that's concerning. Was that the farmer we passed back there?
You don't necessarily
didn't
recognize the farm. You just recognize the trappings of the Welton Goblin Society.
I also
trapping,
passed
sorry.
on the information that I'm out of baguettes and only have 4 buns left. So
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I also have 7 pepperoni sticks and a half pound of beef jerky.
They're peppermint sticks, actually.
I was right.
Oh, they are peppermint sticks. No, I have pepperoni. I also have some pepper.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
you had got
Yeah.
the
You had bought
100.
the jar of like 100 peppermint sticks. You called
Yeah.
it pep sticks, and then I think you started changing it to pepperoni.
Oh, maybe I messed that up. Well, I've been eating pepperoni, so I'm just retconning.
Or you're just confused.
Yeah, maybe I
Really crunchy pepperoni.
So pepperoni grilled cheese sandwich.
flip flops just been a little.
You know, just because it's Mason, I think we could. Can we make a canon ruling here that one of her street vendors knows what she's like, and so made her peppermint flavored pepperoni sticks. So it's got
Like, oh, these are
everything.
trash. I'm never coming here again. And dude was like, what is it supposed to taste like? Minty and fresh. Yeah, it's like, okay.
and that's why Cletus had the jar of them.
Yeah, totally.
It's like it's like having a family lie that has been told so long in your family that you believe it to be so, and then you get out in the real world as a young adult and you're like, what the fuck?
Exists.
Okay, now I'm gonna cut that out, you fucker.
Trying to get monetized too.
Sorry.
You don't even have to edit. Just be.
Yeah, I could actually.
Every time I talk, it's just a bee. Fine then.
Good times.
You can censor me.
Okay,
Fine.
so because Canada, you guys all remember recently on the news in BC how there was some sort of like a landslide
Yep.
and it dammed up.
Close the river.
The situation seems to have been much like that, where the river got closed off at a choke point from some sort of earth upheaval.
Oh, and then it burst through.
And then it burst through.
Yeah.
Just on approach, you kind of between the three you suss it out. You climb up a rise, and as you get to the top of this rise, you look out onto this valley that never was, but is currently. It looks like an absolutely mammoth, titanic bulldozer has just come through here and like just thrashed its way from the northwest. And sitting not too far down into the valley, this fake valley, the river is now flowing through, but off to the one side is, let me get the right mouse here so you can see.
Is it a baguette factory?
It is not a baguette factory.
But you might think it is.
Yeah.
Now I've done my best on this.
Twinkie factory.
This is not perfect, but we're getting close to what it looks like.
Sweet.
That's what's flopping around.
It's not flopping.
And it's gargantuan?
So it is way more degraded than this. It is more on its side.
So it's dead and rotting.
Its entire undercavity has been mined out, and there are just basically ribs sticking down and coming up.
Okay.
The eyes have been pecked out. There are birds fucking just pecking away at this thing, and insects everywhere.
Ew.
And down and quarrying out, and you can see they've got like little stockpiles of stuff, like pieces of like crab legs, and ribs and pieces of bone and miscellaneous like piles of guts, are in the neighborhood of 100 Asians. Now, Asians
Massage?
massage? No, but for those of you who do not remember, I can't even remember, tiki.
Time for a quick fun fact. The Jerk DM will repeatedly mispronounce the name of the species being described. To clarify, the correct pronunciation of the species is Asyaun. The Asyaun, also known as Chabini ni Bikwi Yuki in their native language Ditsha, can be found across the surface lands of Mundus. They are a highly intelligent, industrious species with a true lust for crafting and construction. Asyaun physiology varies little from region to region and between male to female. They stand about 6 inches or 15 centimeters tall. They are a pink-skinned, bipedal, near-hairless humanoid creature. They have slender, muscular, but sinewy bodies. They have 2 toes on each foot and 3 fingers with a thumb on each hand. They have nubby, near non-existent, little vestigial tails. They have slightly proportionally larger heads than humans, with flat faces, small, flat piggy noses, large eyes, and a broad mouth. They are generally seen as cute by the majority of the other sentient mammalian humanoids. They typically have a short white head of hair, white bushy eyebrows, longer bushy mustaches, and occasionally white goatee-style beards. Again, Aziaun is the correct pronunciation. And now back to the session.
There was the goblin Tiki.
Yeah.
Or there was the goblin and there was Tiki. Tiki was his little friend, and Tiki was, and you'll know, from The Mandalorian.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
the little
dudes.
droid smiths? Asians look a lot like that.
Okay.
And they're very industrious.
Little
and
dudes.
They're adorable.
Are they extremely violent?
Not from your knowledge of them. They perform services. They don't really interact with mainstream society. They're not really on anyone's sides. They're kind of like turtles or mycelium, unless there's assholes. They don't really fight back.
Are they well known for their bread products?
They are not. They are well known for their golem products and their weird inventions. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. And they were crawling all over this thing like doozers.
Okay.
How big is this thing?
Gargantuan?
Absolutely mammoth. It is the largest creature you have ever seen.
So
it is hundreds of feet long.
It's not fish.
Does it, is there a path leading up to where the corpse is that it...
And if you look, and I'll go back to the map just so you can understand what I'm saying.
I'm having a moment right now of deciding if I'm regretting what Oops's life choices based on the image based on all the things. No.
So you guys are on this rise here.
Okay.
This gigantic thing, which is just a husk basically of what it was there. You can see it plowing off through mountains, heading towards the Breathless Peaks.
But it
So
died
it's...
on the way.
Oh, maybe it's...
And it looks like it got here. Oh, and also by the ass end of it and streaming off again towards the northwest are really like basketball-sized row.
Oh, shit. Hopefully they didn't get it.
All over the place.
Giant caviar.
So is it maybe a monstrous creature that made its way over the Breathless Peaks from its own territory and shouldn't be able to evade it?
You're not entirely
It
sure.
was the
at this
fish that's now not a fish. That came back because it wanted to be a fish.
Like,
point. You guys are trying to remember what it said.
oh yeah, that thing.
Fish, but it wasn't the fish.
It's not a fish. It's a
Yeah.
crabish.
Yeah,
Frab.
Aaron's getting Francis vibes.
It's a fiab.
it looks like partly salmon, partly crustacean, and it has a lot of like weird like snaky licking tentacle things coming off of it.
Summation.
Mason.
Yes.
Giant caviar.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Can I borrow your pan?
And king crab legs too at the same time.
Delicious. Are we gonna go down to the body? Do you guys want to go investigate?
Yeah. I want to go pop.
Does it smell rancid?
No, it just smells fishy at
Yeah?
this point. And it doesn't look like it's really rotting. It just looks like it's been picked over.
Yeah.
It's like a carcass on the Serengeti at this point. There are still big chunks of meat available. Not all the crab leg portions have been harvested.
Are they cooking any parts of it?
No, they just seem to be sequestering them as almost materials, like a pile of scales
Okay.
and a pile of bones or portions of bones. And they've got one or two of the giant caviar balls because they're tiny. Like Asians are wee, like
Okay.
6 inches to a foot tall, maybe.
Okay.
They're smaller than gnomes.
Want to head down and talk to them then? Let's go see if they're
Friendly?
cooking.
So you make your way on down.
Just before we leave, this might come in handy.
Oh yes, bless.
Cocked. Try that again. Yes. I cast Bless on all three of us, and I put the mask on just to not freak the... no, you know what? I'm going to leave the mask off. If I have to, I can. You can put it on. Mask off.
Should I go weird or weirder?
Yeah, well, how weird?
Well, it's more secret or announcing.
No. How much of a weird day do we want them to have?
Why are you whispering?
Because I stole one of her.
Oh, I see.
So now you have to cut that.
And now you gotta...
Now you gotta cut that out.
Way to go.
When you start this session, I think the narrator, rather than do fun facts, we've decided to simply buzz the parts that can't be done.
And so it shall be.
Oh,
Now, in place of grains of sand on the table, I'm just going to use kobolds.
Okay.
they're grains of sand.
They're really tiny.
They're really
Would
tiny.
you like some
compared to
rocks?
these. No, they would be too small. Has
Flip Flop ever seen these before?
Roll luck check. Actually, you can all roll luck checks to see if you guys know what Asians are, or if you've seen them before firsthand.
17.
You've absolutely,
19.
absolutely.
Do I remember if I...
You've heard of them, but never met them personally.
Okay.
Are they widespread? Like they're kind of all over the place?
They're kind of all over the place.
I do not remember that I have met them, however.
In some societies, they're kind of considered rodents. In others, they're valued for their technical abilities in tinkering and creating things.
Mason likes them a lot because they helped her. It was Asians who helped her escape from Idamark when she was a child.
Completely within the bounds of
Learning stuff about Mason. Although you didn't tell that to the group, so I didn't learn. I learned something
You
that
guys-
you did not.
You guys know shit.
meta knowledge versus real knowledge. Now they're all over the place. These are just the ones that you have like kind of instant access to, and they have little stockpiles of stuff kind of all over the place.
Are they cooking anything anywhere?
No,
That reminds me, I gotta send you that.
they've even got like little tiny barrels, and they're collecting the blood
Can I go
That's
find one of
cool.
the eggs?
and congealed. Yeah, there's one close to you. You pick it up. It looks essentially kind of like a basketball.
So we're near the asset.
eat it,
of
it's
the-
Fried up.
You're about the midpoint of it.
Okay.
Okay, so-
but the row is all. Sorry, I thought the row is from the back.
The row
it's
is all over the place. It's a bit
Okay.
scattered everywhere, but there are bigger piles.
I'll build
of
a fire.
gas.
We're side questing.
Okay, you're side questing for row. When you pick up the basketball-sized row, you can look in it. It looks like the embryo inside is dead. It is on the more developed side. You can see that it looks roughly like this thing. So it's got little baby crab legs, and it's got little like weird tentacle things coming off the face. The face is a little less salmon-like.
I'm gonna eat it.
You're just gonna like
No, we're gonna.
No,
cook.
we're gonna
We're
cook it.
making a fire.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're walking, we pick one up, we walk away.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go make a fire.
We'll go make a fire. And
they are aware of your presence, but they do not seem concerned.
Yeah.
I wave at them if there's eye contact.
You make eye contact, and
Okay.
they continue about their doozer. Their
How are you gonna
doozer
do
ways.
this?
I think we should just like
And it-
scramble one.
And it is very much like the Fraggle Doozer relationship,
Yeah.
where they know you're there, they acknowledge you, they'll wave, they'll be friendly, but they don't go out of their way to talk to you.
Okay.
Well, they're gonna get talked to.
Okay,
So let me get this straight. You're cooking row
Yeah, one big one.
caviar.
Yeah.
Once again, Jeff, the player, is in so much pain.
It seems like a high heat situation, right? High heat.
I don't know. Hold on.
I am never letting either of you in the kitchen again. Like, just in real life, the two of you are never allowed in the kitchen.
Just put the cast iron pan like right in the flame.
I reseasoned this thing. Okay.
Oh my god, this is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, is there... I want to try and cook this thing, not putting the frying pan directly in the fire.
are you helping?
No, yeah, she's taking over because.
Are you assisting them?
Yeah, I'll assist. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just gonna carry it over.
You have your choice. You can either do intelligence or luck on this check. If you succeed at a DR of 15,
I nailed it.
all right, you have
Dirty
plus 2 to
20.
your roll.
Okay, and this is
And
luck.
again,
you have bless.
luck or intelligence. Your
Oh yeah,
call.
wait, dirty
Luck.
20,
It doesn't matter. You're going to
Oh,
succeed.
intelligent.
4. Nice.
24.
Okay. Ooh, I didn't do very well.
That's okay, I carried it over to you to 24.
Yeah, no, I did really poorly.
We burned it.
6.
So
9.
how are you proposing that you are cooking this?
Well, at first I was gonna just try and like put it in there and roll it around a little bit.
Yeah, like-
but then you said that you can see the thing inside and it's really developed.
It'll be like balloon.
So maybe I was thinking like balut, but maybe we like can pop it and then kind of chop the thing up and scramble it.
Yeah, I think we should scramble
Yeah,
it.
so at
So
some
you're
point-
making like a late stage scrambled egg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gross. So you do that. By this point, though it is clear, the shell of the egg, if you want to call it that, the exterior of the egg is
It's a membranous exterior.
clear
Right?
but leathery.
Yeah.
So we could.
We'll peel it.
I
So
probably forgot to take that off.
You crack a hole in it
Yeah.
and you like get daggers or knives or whatever the hell you've got and you like, blenderize yourself. Like within, and then you just like pour it and like let it like bubble
In its own shellish.
in its own leathery shell.
Yeah, I like it.
Smells like burnt flesh.
Okay.
Delicious.
The inside is this. It's like if you took a concoction of egg whites, blood,
curdled?
carapace, kind of like a curdled milk and semen, and you put it on the stove in a leather pouch and boiled it.
Oh no, that's you. That's all you, Mason.
After that description, all you see is Mason taking a half of one of her buns and like dipping it into the inside
Okay.
and eating it.
Constitution saving throw.
I'm not
Seems
eating
like
it.
it would be.
I just help cook and watch.
The winner.
Uh-oh.
10.
You manage to hold it down. Initially, there's kind of a nutty shredded wheat flavor to it,
This is really nice. But the after.
followed by a flavor of bleach. The intense flavor, intense flavored aroma of what do you want to call it? Ammonia.
She's barfing.
Oh yeah. And it's like a whiskey burn, but it encompasses your entire head and your tear ducts.
My nose
like
are running.
You can it's your nose is running, your lips are pulsating, and you can feel it like it's in your tear ducts, like it's weeping out of your eyes, and your eyes are just burning.
Oh, I guess
It is the most revolting thing you have ever put in your mouth.
So I guess
She's
that's not how to eat it.
puking.
Will the chicken eat
If
it?
you can eat this, this is certainly not the way to cook it.
Okay, well, there's lots more to try.
Make a secondary Constitution saving.
Yeah, I was gonna try again with the other half of the bun because I'm not wasting a bun. 13.
You feel like you might be having an allergic reaction, however, it is not. So
Yeah.
you're okay. It's even worse the second time.
Okay.
Sasha, as a reminder, you do have bless on your checks. I don't know if you've been rolling your D4s on
I didn't
your
put that one,
checks.
but it's
Success.
While they're
Yeah.
cooking, air quote cooking,
gourmet cooking.
Yeah.
Shu,
We're hurting.
it is invisible, is going to come take a float around and just sort of watch. We can see them, but I want to get like an up close and maybe get a bit into the fish guts there, see if there's anything that stands out. Do you know, like, I don't know how to explain it properly, but anything that doesn't look like it's.
Okay. Yeah, the Asians have what look like magical chainsaws.
Okay.
And they are like going through this. There is one guy up on a stump that looks like it wasn't uprooted, but the tree was ripped off of it, giving direction in a language you've never heard before. You understand kind of what they're doing, but you're busy.
I'm busy.
Yeah, we're cooking.
So there does seem to be one Asian who's kind of in charge of the others, like directing. He's almost like a conductor of a symphony.
Project manager.
Yeah.
And do I see? Let me continue on. Do I see anything inside the fish that like
Guts, meat,
just basic fish stuff? Nothing that's not like the shark that they cut open and found like 3 license plates and shit.
No, its stomach, from what you can see of its stomach, or what you understand to be its stomach, seems relatively empty, with the exception of a weird blackish, charcoal grayish tar that is mixing, like slowly leaking, seeping out, and mixing with its blood, and forming this giant black smudge puddle that's on the ground. It's a mixture.
It's like a tar that's mixing.
It's like
with
a
the blood?
weird tar.
I wonder if it's flammable.
It doesn't smell flammable, if that helps.
Have you seen that tar before?
No. You can all make a luck check to see whether you've encountered something or not.
19.
9.
You do. As close as you could compare it, it is a slimy material that looks vaguely like, and you've encountered it before, maybe behind glass or in a museum or just in your travels. It's a slimy material that has the consistency of what you remember mutagen
I was gonna say mutagen.
to be like. But the Asians are slopping in this stuff and like keeping it in barrels,
And
and
they
they
seem
seem fine. And again, from what you know of them, they are not affected. They're affected by mutagen in the exact same way as every other living thing.
Okay, do we get another egg?
Yeah, I think we could.
Yeah, you find one like buried in the dirt. Yep. They're in the
Clean it
muck.
off. Are there any that are a little less leathery, or they're all kind of in the same
There are
state?
some by the ass end, a few hundred feet away if
That
you're
are
looking to.
little
Softer, a little
Softer.
less developed, maybe.
Well, if you're going looking in the.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Okay,
look.
let's go.
Okay.
Let's grab one that's less developed and grab one
One
that's
that's
kind of
more.
like the other, and
Yeah.
we'll try that.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Okay, the more less developed ones, there is a small spoot pile, and they are actually even smaller than basketballs. They're somewhere in the size of maybe, what, volleyball? Is volleyball slightly smaller?
Yeah,
or
I don't sport.
or a 10-pin bowling ball.
Shot put.
The little
Those
bowling balls.
Those are pretty okay.
Not the 5-pin.
Which ones are bigger?
I think it's
I can't remember.
the smaller of the 2 bowling
Yeah,
balls.
yeah.
5 pin.
That's-
The 5.
It's
the
5
finger
okay.
ones. Yeah.
You see some like that where the embryonic stage has just started, or it's like just barely out of the yolk stage.
Eat it.
Do you have a straw?
No.
Okay.
We
you
can make
want-
one.
You want to just try eating it raw?
Ew, no.
Why not?
You eat it raw.
Can I sniff it?
Smells vaguely fishy, like it came out of a dead giant crabfish thing's asshole.
And I'll lick it.
Delicious.
And give it a lick, a taste. You've had a lot of fish in your time. You're a fishmonger.
I didn't expect you to say fish there.
It tastes vaguely fishy.
Okay, can I
You eye tooth a little canine.
use the tongue? To,
and
Yeah.
it's got a egg yolky consistency. It pops a little bit when you pop it open,
Can I
and you
just,
suck.
like, drink it all?
It's not bad. You've had worse. It's a good quality roe.
Okay.
I'll try it. I'll try some. We're gonna.
You grab one of the younger ones, you
Slurp
give it a
on that.
pop, and like it's a juice box or one of those
Capri Sun.
Capri Suns. Yeah, you give it a squeeze and and it comes out like an egg yolk would, where you
Yeah.
start it
Yep.
and then the rest of it
Has
follows.
to come with it.
It's like it's like a bonging a beer, like a beer bong,
Okay.
where you've got to swallow
Commit.
the whole thing.
You have to commit.
And if you find you realize about partway through that if you don't commit, you're going to be able to pull it out of you, and you probably don't want to do
Gotta
that.
commit.
It's that thick.
You.
Make a Constitution saving throw
With D4.
with a D4.
Do I have to?
No, you're good. You
17.
said you were trying it out.
Yeah.
You
17.
weren't committing.
Yeah, I sucked back.
You're good. You suck back a hole, and you are reasonably full.
She's a pro.
It's
Filling.
a little more fishy than you're used to,
Not my favorite.
I'm
I
used
like
to it.
bread better.
but it's full of umami.
Yeah.
It's
Could
Yeah.
put a little bit of,
This gourmet pepper stuff that I bought in town.
Did you want to try emptying more developed
Yeah,
one
let's
and
try that.
cooking
We're just gonna keep playing with food. Yeah.
You gather significant amount of ingredients, and you go back to your fire, You are eyeballed by the Asian who's directing.
We aren't paying any
But you
attention.
don't seem to be taking too much, so they don't seem too concerned.
Okay, so I was thinking we take the leathery one and we get the kind of the thing that's almost developed and
Yeah.
try cooking just that.
Yeah.
Shoo.
What are you?
On from Hell's Kitchen.
No one's yelling.
Kevin's Kitchen.
Little kitchen of horrors.
Yeah, they're going about their chopping off.
Okay, so
the sushi.
sorry, you said the tar seemed to be mixing with the blood, or like is it coming from two spots? I may have
Well, no.
misunderstood.
So the stomach is punctured, and they're taking contents out as they can. But really, all that seems to be in the stomach is this tar stuff, which is eventually like seeping through the guts.
And then mixes with the blood?
Mixes with the blood, and it's pooling in the low spots in the mud around the base of this thing.
I want to float into the stomach and use my mage hand touchy feet to pick up some of the tar stuff and just get like a really good inspection of it. Maybe make like a check or something.
Yeah, sure. Give me
Like I don't know, a divine or argic or.
I'll give you. You convince me. Divine, arcane, or luck. Actually, no.
I'm gonna
wisdom, arcane, or luck. Sorry.
I would use. I'm going to argue for wisdom on this. Simply, while it's not something I've personally come across a lot, I'm at least aware of it from family history and stuff. So I just kind of remember some things of varying adventurers and stuff that like Penroll and others have talked about in the time that I've been an adventurer. So
give me wisdom. There might be good fish marrow on those bones.
That's what I went and got some bones.
it's a 16 on my wisdom check.
It's from playing with it with the mage hand and the way it pulls and stretches. It looks like it could be mutagen.
Okay.
Just not acting like it.
It's just not acting like it.
Maybe it's already done the mutation.
Give
stuff
me
that it
an
does.
intelligence check, just for shits
Because
and
it
giggles.
mutated the fish thing.
Well, yeah, there was a point that Oops couldn't mutate anymore.
Yeah, like maybe
16.
become inert.
It kind of occurs to you. Mutagen is just green residuum met by a biological acid.
Yeah.
What if this is a different type of a residuum that has met a biological acid?
Okay, in that case, I want to come down and inspect where it's mixing with the blood and inspect the combination of the tar and blood mix.
Blood seems fine. The tar seems what you were playing with.
So are they combining, or are they kind of like oil and water?
They're
sort
like
of
oil
thing?
and water.
Okay.
They don't ever really truly mix. There's some spots where they kind of
Gel
like
a
oil and water where you can
little,
get the
but
emulsion going, but
Okay.
for the most part, they do not really
they're not.
mix.
Okay, so the tar or the mutagen isn't actually combining with the blood. They're just pooling
Just
together.
pooling together because
Okay.
And the blood typically will settle in pockets on top of the tar. It's less dense.
Okay.
Floats on the tar.
Well, it's honestly not the best food that I've ever had, but I can take the pan now that we're done with it and quench it in some cold water to cool it off if you need.
Nope.
I'm gonna go find one of those roe.
Yeah.
And pick it up.
Yeah.
And bring it back.
Okay.
And drop it in the pure mutagen in the stomach.
Okay.
Just see what, if anything, happens.
It's hard to submerge because the egg itself is less dense than the tar, but you push it in, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
No, it doesn't seem to do anything at all.
Flip-flops. Now I have noticed you're playing with blood. Put out the fire.
You see this guy look at you and
He seems angry. I'm gonna. What language are they? I don't understand them.
Asian, you don't understand
Yeah.
Asian, I'm assuming.
I'm gonna F off.
Here.
He looks up at his up at the pit boss, for lack of a better term.
Oh, they're mad.
Here, how about this? So
sure.
I had one of the eggs left over that was like the leathery
bring it
one.
to him.
I was gonna open it, try and find a stick, skewer the thing, and hand it to you to roast over the fire to
Oh,
keep
sure,
you
I'll roast
distracted.
it. Yeah.
Hello!
Hi.
Oh. Hello.
I'm gonna offer him some.
He's just this little dude. Just comes waddling over. He's got a big hat and a stick.
How big is he?
He is just over 8 inches tall.
If I choose violence today.
You better check.
Don't remember if you did or not.
You didn't. You didn't do it.
Think I.
Greetings! And he puts out this little tiny head and zip zip.
Flip flop.
Oh, flip flop.
I want to.
Excellent name. I like. You like zip zip?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Who is tall one?
Mason Addie Perry.
Oh,
For today.
Oh, for today. I like. Good name. You like zip zip?
Oh yes, very much.
Ah.
Do you even understand what he's saying?
No, he's speaking common.
Oh, he's speaking common.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna offer him some of the roasted roe that I was making.
Oh! Oh! For zip zip? Oh, yes. And is it like a slop or?
No, it's like what we skewered it
skewered
through,
one.
Yeah,
and then just roasted it over the fire. So it's like a whole
He
roasted.
pulls out a little dagger and cuts
Cut a
off a
chunk
little
off.
piece. Ah, he's tough.
Cook longer?
Hey.
Cook too much.
Too much.
Okay, gotta try a new one.
Higher heat,
You are roving chefs.
gourmet.
Oh! And he turns back to the. Hey,
What did he just say?
because you understand. Oh my God! The catering truck has arrived.
Oh shit.
Come, feast, my family. And you see them all like, hey, and put up their arms, and they're like, as they all come hopping off of the
We
salmon.
need to become best friends with them.
I have a half pound of beef jerky.
Get more of the eggs.
Yeah.
And there's like a lineup of 2 by 2, a lineup in queue of 100 of them,
Well,
and they all have little plates that they take off their backpacks.
Okay.
Oh,
And
and so wait, we can just cut pieces off of this
Yeah.
thing?
I'll also.
Will it feed all of them?
it'll easily feed every single one of these little
Okay.
bastards.
I'm gonna break all my peppermintoni sticks.
Amazing.
I'm gonna break them in half.
Yeah.
I gotta make right peppermintoni. And then I'm gonna give them all like a little side garnish of a peppermintoni stick. Half a peppermintoni
Half?
stick.
That's huge for them.
Yeah.
Oh God. And for most of them, it's like a log on their plate.
Yeah.
So grab one of our small dining plates and put like a fireplace log on it, like
Yeah.
a good like 1 foot chunk of
Yeah.
log.
I was gonna say one stick would probably feed 10 of them, Sash. So you could
They're
probably
each
get away with
getting
10
a
sticks.
half. And
And they're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
And they sniff and then they lick, and all of them are like, it's like giving a baby a fisherman's friend. The reaction you're getting,
like
they're like, whoa, 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 and you can't see whether they like it or they hate it. Then after a few minutes, after it subsides and like they wipe the fucking like burning from their eyes, they stop and one by one they each go back for another lick, and they're like, yes, oh.
yeah.
And they just kind of lay back, and they're almost like they're high. They're just like, oh.
I'm gonna go find
The general
Boss.
consensus flip-flop, because you understand every single one of them, is at first it's initial like, oh my God, it burns, what the fuck is this? And then like, oh, it is like winter on our brains. It is delightful, yet terrifying. I must have more. And again, it's almost like a catnip reaction in cats, where they're just like, oh yes. And they just sit back and enjoy the waves of cool.
I may have created a monster.
New drug.
I'm going along to look for my boss, to see like if he wants any peppermintoni stick eggs.
You're by the fire.
I flooded back when he came back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when the chief came over.
Joe, zip zip.
Oh, flip flop.
When did?
He never gets your name right. It's always flip flip or flop flop or.
That's okay.
He's trying.
He's trying.
He's trying. Were you guys around when the huge flood happened? Do you know?
No. We are home.
You were home?
Yeah,
You weren't here?
No.
Do you know what was this? I point to the thing that caused the.
Yeah. We call Mammoth Salmon.
That's a.
Are they?
Yep.
I'm gonna be over here. Are they common for this area?
I know salmon, yes.
No, the mammoth salmon.
No,
It
mammoth
rhymes.
salmon.
Every fucking campaign.
It's never
We have
going
a
away.
box of dick moves and a Mammoth Salmon song that will never be
We haven't
completed.
had the box yet.
Yeah,
Not
we
yet.
haven't found the box.
No.
No, no.
We don't know what caused the flooding.
Or earthquake.
Mammoth salmon
Where did it come? It came from up there.
came from peaks. No breathe.
Excuse me, sir. Okay, so there were earthquakes. Did the earthquakes occur before the salmon?
Oh yes, earth rumble.
Okay, so maybe there was
Watchtowers, see it come.
So an
Rumble
earthquake,
the earth.
maybe a big major earthquake or some sort of landslide
With its
opened
big
a
spider
passageway
leg.
between
Jaka,
on the
jaka.
Reckless Peaks and it escaped from.
Chink, chink, chink.
So it was alive at one point.
Aye.
And how? Why did it? What killed it?
It's struggling for the words.
You should put on your mask, boss. so you can talk with her.
After a good 30 seconds to a minute, it kind of susses. It relates to you that it had babies and died.
Oh.
So it laid all the eggs and died.
Yeah.
Were any of the things in the eggs alive?
No,
They all
Did some
died.
of them get washed downstream?
don't know.
That's bad.
But if they were all dead when they came out,
Maybe none of them living. We look,
Maybe
none
they
all
were
dead.
the ones that got in the
But
water.
you, culinary master, so good.
So good. Yep.
And what you call log?
Oh, peppermintoni. Peppermintoni stick.
And he looks back at his people.
Peppermintoni.
This, yeah, basically, it's called the peppermintoni. We will cherish this forever. Do you have the recipe?
Oh no, this is not my own recipe. I actually bought it from some dude in.
Like it's an opium den. You see all of the Asians like, oh yeah, this is great. But like in Asian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the mask on.
oh, by the way, we have a friend. He's a ghost, and he's gonna talk.
Oh yes, he's very nice.
He's
friendly.
super nice. His name is Shu. Okay, go for it, Shu.
And he just says it over and over and over again.
What is
and
that? What's he saying?
He's bring the spirit, bless the spirit.
Okay.
Bring the spirit, bless the spirit.
Oh, they
bring the
like-
spirit, bless the
They
spirit.
like you, Shu. Go for it.
Yeah, so I'll put on the mask so I can talk to him.
Yeah.
And they're all freaking high too, so this
Yeah.
is mind blowing.
So you were saying, as the fish moved, that's what caused the earth to rumble. Is that what you meant?
Oh!
No, boss, they said that it happened first. The earthquakes.
The pit boss is very excited. And you hear him saying he sounds like the one. He sounds like the one from the village.
One from the village. Have you? What was the other one's name?
Sorry, which brother's name again?
Hi.
Hi. Hi! High five! High five! High five!
Yeah,
and they all
yeah,
are,
this is
they are
his
like,
brother.
high five! High five!
This is his
Oh.
brother Shu.
And they're very excited to meet you. And in fact, they get up from like their fucking like catnip stupor and come crowding around the mask. And they are offering you pieces of their peppermint.
Peppermintoni.
Peppermint Tony. Oh, that's very kind of you. I can't quite eat, but I do appreciate that.
High five!
I am Shufla. Hi is my brother.
High five, better name.
Pointers or something like that, because you're.
This is my brother, older.
Better name. We call you Fly. Fly.
Yeah, that's just fine. You said you were home. Where's your home? Is it in this area, or
And
were you?
He points to the south. Crater!
Oh, we passed the crater.
Oh, we're north of the crater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where they came from. So did you little dudes decide to investigate the flood?
No, we see cloud. The lookout tower see cloud.
Oh yes.
We come to cloud.
Okay.
We see good bounty, building lots of stuff.
What are you gonna do with all the different pieces?
Oh, you make a thing, and the other thing.
Oh, okay.
And the other. These are words that you're not familiar with.
Okay.
But I'm just going along
But
with it.
yeah,
Like when the universal translator hits something it can't.
It's yeah. Picard and blah blah
He
blah.
says that the word untranslatable is available in word untranslatable.
Every now and again, you'll catch onto a word like wheelbarrow, water clock.
Oh, okay.
A weird dialect of the word golem.
Okay.
And you do know that they are renowned for making like automatons, golems, that kind of things.
Have you ever seen a creature like this in this area ever before?
Salmon?
Like a mammoth salmon.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, salmon? And he
In the
goes,
river, yeah.
Mammoth salmon.
Yeah, the mammoth. I'd be
But no, mammoth salmon.
So you're just here to have this for your family then, huh?
Oh, easy.
Have you seen any other unusual, gigantic-sized or strange creatures that you've never seen in this area before?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, it's ASEAN.
I'm like running freaking low on peppermint Tony sticks.
Too fucking funny. So, yeah, they go back to their eating. You stay. You can't. With us. Here.
Is it kind of the time to update a camp?
No. They're still going about. They've just welcomed you into their camp, basically.
Yeah,
They're
let's stay and have camp night.
We're gonna have to go up.
Yeah,
mountain.
we'll have to go a
Yeah.
little further, I think.
What's up the mountain?
It's a weird word for road that he uses, but it's not really a road.
Like a pass of some sort?
Like a bulldozed trail is kind of what it translates into.
So the salmon must have...
Yeah.
Get busted through something.
I think there was an earthquake that opened up a passageway. And
You
came through.
you glean that their lookout, because it seems as though all around the crater rim they have watchtowers, and they saw this thing coming, and it kind of like they do like a pantomime, 2 or 3 of them pretending to be this giant mammoth salmon plowing its way, like, and they're using the mud and they're pushing up mud as they're going, and like this thing just kind of like just bulldozed a trench on its way here.
Okay. But they think it came down from the peaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any eggs that are in water?
There is some standing water, but for the most part the lands have drained, and the river that has formed a new channel. You don't. If you're gonna go down to the water side, you see some stuck in the mud, but none just floating
Are they
in the water.
alive?
No, all dead.
I have a purple potion,
Yeah.
and like I didn't offer them a drink or anything, but I feel like purple would go with peppermint Tony. As a qualified and highly skilled gourmet chef.
Roll a luck check.
Okay.
DC is 15.
I did.
Plus you have the die 4.
I might make it. 15. Whew.
Okay.
Do I see Mason touching her potions?
Yeah. She clink, 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 and pulls out this purple
And I'm
potion.
like matching to see if it looks good visually with the peppermint Tony sticks.
What is that, Mason?
Oh, I just figured I'd offer them a drink to go with the peppermint Tony sticks, and I like purples.
Do you know what kind of potion the purple one is?
Zip Zip looks and goes, wine!
Yeah.
Hold
wine.
on, Zip Zip.
No. He?
Who's asking?
Zip Zip.
Yeah. Why? Why do you need to know? What do you?
For
What do you?
today.
No.
Zip
What do
Zip?
you? I'm just gonna give him
sorry.
a purple potion and
Oh, wine! And
Yeah.
it's like gloosh.
yeah, he's asking
Like,
too many
Can I pick that up
questions.
for a second?
Oh yeah, and he's still holding on to it, kicking. No, wine!
Zip Zip, I want to make sure. Shoo, what is this?
Everybody with the questions today. I'm gonna go around the other side of the stump.
Why you take?
Because it might not be wine. And you guys are great. I don't want to hurt you.
Divine check.
Yep, go ahead.
26.
It's a potion without some sort of identifier to detect magic. You're not. It doesn't look caustic. You're reasonably confident.
Can I smell it?
It smells rather fruity, actually.
Wine.
Can I dip my finger in it and taste it?
You get a warm sensation, It tastes vaguely of a good berry.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Now, would the whole bottle have to be used to give these guys like a thimble of wine or of juice?
No, you could easily use like
They all have
just
their
the
own-
neck's worth of potion to give them all enough to.
They all have their own little camping
Okay.
cups. Yeah.
I'll give them all. I'll find. Do you have cups?
Hey! Off its back.
Are they like
Its plate is on one side and its
Their
cups on
little
the other.
teeny cups.
Yeah.
awkwardly?
Yeah, like claw, drip, drip. And they go off one. And again, as soon as they see you're handing out, 2 lines.
They're very
Orderly.
good at forming
They're
a line.
so
Oh, it's amazing.
British.
They're very British, actually. They can cue like nobody's business. And they each one by one, and they then, once everybody has, they make sure that everybody has first.
So it's a good berry potion?
Then they all sit down. Yeah, it's like basically a potion of good. It's a meal potion. It's like an Ensure.
Okay.
It's a meal
They're gonna
replacement.
be so fucking full.
Yeah,
I give that back to you.
and
I'm gonna cork it.
yeah, and you see them drink, and then most of them being full and kind of quasi high at this point, now sit back like stomachs full to bursting, just like oh, it's me after eating Indian food or sushi.
Or red lentil curry.
I ate
Or
too
homemade
much.
pizza.
I know. I ate way too much. Why did I do that to myself?
I'm a foodie.
It was delicious.
Because it was delicious. And they all sit back and you can see them kind of one by one look at Zip Zip like, no work. Zip Zip's like, no, day off.
I'm playing cards with Dottie because I'm pouting. I was asked too many questions.
Okay. Luck check.
I was asking, oh shit, how much money am I gonna lose? Oh, I nailed it. 21.
Okay. In your round of playing cards with Dottie, you are up.
I come out of a...
Up, slightly up.
They said they saw your brother.
Yeah, they sure did. They seem a little.
And you see them kind
Dozy,
of
though, at the
one by
moment.
one waddling over to you going, hey, fly. Ow.
Aww,
Aww.
poor little dudes.
Can you do like an AOE heal?
AoE restoration.
Oh, actually.
I mean, I have health potions. I could just like
Oh,
boop.
hang on.
Poor little dudes.
My intrusive thoughts are looking at them like we just stuffed them and now we could roast them like nuggets.
They could be. Tasty. They're too cute though.
Flip Flop is. They haven't done anything to make Flip Flop choose violence.
Ooh, so I get advantage on this. I rolled an 18 and a 1, so
Yeah.
a 30 and a 1.
Yes. We're doing, yeah.
Does the 1 count?
Oh yeah, one absolutely counts. You're already maxed, aren't you? You are.
I am maxed for dice.
Yeah, you can
but
do a point.
I can do my point. I'm going to cast the spell I haven't got to use yet. Healing Sphere.
I was supposed to level when I forgot.
A 5-foot radius sphere. I can can control up to a 30-foot range and move around. Anyone starting their turn or moving into the sphere gets 1d6 plus divine healing.
Okay. Any of them that have blisters or anything like that from harvesting,
Strained muscles.
strained muscles, that kind of stuff, all seems to go away. Their fullness, however, is just self-inflicted and just a fact of life. If you eat too much,
It's gonna hurt.
it's gonna hurt. So they're all like, oh, I feel a little better. A little better is the general consensus.
I can't cast it 100 times without making a problem. So. And since it can only affect people one at a time,
Yeah.
I'll just explain. I'm afraid there's not much more I can do. I would like to, but this is about all that's safe for me to pull off for you. I also move it over Mason and
Sweet.
Okay.
Flip Flop. So you guys, I don't think you should have any injuries because
Nope.
we've been resting.
No,
but
I
if
mean-
you've got any strains or anything,
Yeah, callous feet, sore muscles
Yeah.
from hiking. It seems to clear it up.
Nice.
You're feeling pretty good. Yeah, so the afternoon goes on. Anything will montage the rest of this?
Camp
Anything
the
you'd
night
like
with
to-
them.
Yeah, camp the night
Parties,
with them.
music.
They,
I go take some teeth out of it.
yeah, they actually they point to a pile of teeth that they already have, and or they give you, they are happy once they're like not so like, oh my god, no, just let me lie here and die for a minute.
Yeah.
Once they get past that point, they're happy to take you on a nice walking tour of mammoth salmon.
Oh, amazing. I would love the guided tour.
Okay, so they give you a guided tour of mammoth salmon. It is as the picture.
Yeah.
It's exactly
And
what
have
it's
you
While they're doing
tried?
that, I want to do an interior, like
Yeah.
all the spots that you couldn't normally get to that I can simply fly through as a ghost.
Okay, you fly through. There is
Plus.
one spot that now you're not. You know general anatomy in most things,
but I'm
just
not a
'cause-
specialist already.
But you're not a
Yeah.
specialist. However, there is one portion of the mammoth salmon that you recognize from. You have some experience with dinosaurs. You have some experience with snakes, and some experience because you are Drekar originally. You have experience with Drekar's mechanism for shooting fire or sonic or whatever the
Yeah.
hell it
A
is.
gland.
There is a gland that seems to have completely like atrophied and gone over the course of its death, has emptied, but it is reminiscent of some sort of a venom and or breath weapon gland.
That seems bad.
Sounds like something to make a bag out of.
Seems bad.
Though it is completely devoid of any kind of substance, it is just the actual physical structure of it at this point.
Is it kind of rotty?
Not really rotty, just certain things just go to pot when you die.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that just immediately goes.
So I'm going to add some mammoth salmon teeth to my bag.
You can absolutely add some mammoth salmon teeth.
Can I try and make a check to determine what it would have been, or is it too atrophied?
Give me a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Wisdom.
I'm gonna pull out my spyglass and let the little dudes look through the spyglass that I have.
Mind's blown.
Yeah.
And they piece together in broken Asian and common that they're gonna go and they're gonna make this thing. Like they're pointing at it and pointing at you and like giving you the thumbs up and like,
Oh, they're
yeah,
gonna
good
make it.
job.
Okay.
Not very many of them speak full common.
Oh.
Oh, thank
I
you.
used one. I got a 15 on my medicine check.
It definitely seems like most akin to the salivary gland or the breath weapon gland of black Drekar or
Okay.
black dragons. It seems like some sort of acidic gland
Okay.
that is projectile based.
And can I try and follow where? Like, is there like tubing like to lead out the mouth? Was it
It leads out the mouth and several spots around like the crest of the head.
Okay.
I really hope none of these things survive.
As you guys are taking the tours, your tours, and you are giving the demo of how a
Just a
spyglass
general
works.
little party.
Everybody make a wisdom check, please.
Including me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dirty one.
13.
Okay.
13.
Highly distracted by something shiny.
None of you mentioned it. None of you notice anything. You're all going about your
I'm having a party.
having your party. Zip Zip, who is going about his business. You hear after a little while after this, you hear commotion outside, and you see Zip Zip scrambling on top of his pit boss post, and like the gopher on the hill is pointing and screaming like alarm, alarm, alarm.
What's he pointing at?
I'm gonna turn my spyglass in the direction of what he's pointing.
You are almost instantly blinded by a flash of light from something very, very shiny. And you all hear, when you take like a big piece of cardboard and you go boomf, boomf, boomf in the air, magnify that by like 1,000.
Oh God.
You can almost feel the pressure waves.
Oh shit.
And, what is it?
Uh-oh. I think
no.
the party's over. No. I'm
Landing
going home.
on top of the carcass.
You can have it.
You can have it.
Let's run.
Let's go in the house.
is a large, very large, platinum dragon. Easily an adult dragon.
Platinum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just whip around to the
And
other
just
side of the
and
stump.
like the birds scatter, even the insects scatter.
Is it like chewing parts off of it immediately, or is it looking
No,
around?
it's lands on top of it. It looks tiny compared to this thing.
Yeah.
And this thing is huge. And it just is kind of like looking around, surveying,
Okay.
sees the Asians,
Doesn't do anything.
doesn't seem to do anything. Is looking around. As you are much, much bigger than the Asians, it looks
I'm hiding behind the stump.
directly at your stump.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm just sitting on the ground.
I got mask off at this point.
Okay.
As soon as the alarm went up, I took my mask
Okay.
off. So
Campfire still going? Are you by the campfire?
Yeah. I'm trying to put it out.
He points a giant claw out at you
Oh shit.
and then over to you. It says elf. And it like just booms through this muddy valley.
You hear that like?
I Flip Flop is trying to like just like okay, just breathe. Okay. We've been in worse. In an inner monologue. We've been in worse situations.
That son of a bitch called me an elf.
Do I know you're an elf?
No.
We don't know.
There's no signs
Well-
that I am.
You just wait. What really?
after all this time of traveling, would it be a luck check to find out if we may be caught? Or...
There's no way you would have ever caught anything. She's like so fucking careful. She never takes her hat off. She's like gained like 60 pounds heavier than what a normal elf is. So she's a chunk of chunk.
It's unclear whether she
Yeah.
is a very tall dwarf,
Yeah.
a human, a very
elf, maybe?
fat elf. Trying to think what else you could even be.
Yeah.
You could be a very pink-looking small orc.
Tall halfling.
Yeah. And she like lives outside. So
Could be a
she's darker.
ludicrously tall halfling.
Her skin
Yeah.
is like leathery tanned.
Yeah.
Marfan syndrome halfling.
You know, just because you are the bad word, but you're the fat version. Now all I can picture is like a parody Lord of the Rings. Quick, across the snow!
So yeah, I said, wait, you're an elf?
And parlay.
Did I understand it?
Oh yeah, it's speaking in common.
Okay. I relax a bit.
How about trade instead?
Fair,
Trade instead?
fair. Come. And when you go, you go. You see it go fine, and
Oh shit. So I was like,
wham! All the Asians are like,
I made sure they're okay.
and like mud splatters everywhere.
I'm gonna offer it. I have on me 12 shiny metal marbles of different metal
Just-
hues, like brass,
Just
copper,
random metal
like
samples,
gold
in
plated.
sphere.
Yeah, but they're all perfect spheres. I have 12 of them, and I've got 10 gold to hold out to it and offer a trade. Trade instead. And I also have 10 shiny metal caltrops, which are quite attractive as well. I'll keep the cat.
It looks slightly annoyed at you.
Listen,
I demand no tribute. It says.
Dragon, like my life is pretty much worthless, so I'm just offering you the value of my worthless life for you not to kill me.
I have no desire to kill you.
That is very good news.
Do
Would
your
you like a peppermintoni stick? I'll give you a whole one. I can add 2.
It's gonna change into something.
We'll say it basically sneezes and turns into. Of course, I don't have any out right now. We'll use this for now, even though it's not exactly correct. And it
Oh,
shrinks into an
that's a
elf.
fun trick.
Shrinks into an elf.
Oh God. Oh.
And And it reaches out and takes your peppermint stick and
Peppermint
puts
Tony.
peppermint on it and puts it in its mouth like a cigar and whittles it around.
It's quite good though.
My name is Zaukis.
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 Do your people have claim over this carcass?
Oh, no. Just the little dudes were, but I mean, I'm sure they will be happy if I give them the rest of my peppermint Tony sticks and trade for the mammoth salmon. You can just have it. You can take it, sir. You can.
Thank you, Elf.
I'm just gonna kind of back away.
Do you wish to be called by another?
No! Who's asking? I mean, sir.
Zaukis.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Feliday. Zaukis.
Hi.
Do your people have claim over this mammoth salmon?
Zip. Do you guys have claim over this the mammoth salmon?
All 100 of them are behind you.
Yeah, I'm okay
And
with
like
that.
cowering.
It's okay, Flip Flop was feeling protective of them.
Zip. No. Big platinum dragon, take all it wants. Zaukis.
Yeah.
Zaukis, all for you, buddy. All for you. It's all for you, Zaukis.
I guess so. We were
you
just
can,
trying the eggs and snacking.
Yeah, we were just keeping an eye on it for you.
I appreciate the lie.
Yeah.
And like, its voice is not smaller. Its
Yeah, it's
voice
big.
does
Okay.
not fit its body. It's basically just an illusion at this point, you believe, because even when it moves,
The area.
you see the area. It's the bird of prey in the park in San Francisco with the imprint in the ground, and you see like a and like mud goes.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, they've been taking some of it, but it's big enough for everyone.
It is.
Would you mind if the little dudes just kept kind of doing their business, or do you want us all to like?
And
Kind of
you
bugger
see
off?
the elf put its head down and look around. Are you hiding at all?
I'm hiding.
Well, my mask is off, but I'm just kind of standing there. So
I'm sitting there quite casually in this situation.
It feels to you like the ring wraiths looking for Frodo with the ring on.
Oh, that's Bushu.
And it looks and it kind of like you're looking at a magic eye. You see it like do
Shimmers.
one of these things. You have a spirit.
Yeah, it's a Bushu.
I got a 17 to speak to it. So
Okay, what do you say?
just give me a moment. I can make it a little more easier for you to focus, and I'll put the mask on.
Oh, amusing mask.
Comes in handy sometimes.
Do you do plays?
No,
Unfortunate.
Didn't we do it?
my family do a little more care for those who have been injured.
Noble. Do you or your people have claim over this mammoth salmon?
No claim at all. You're free to harvest as you like. The little people were just working on it when we arrived, trying to make sure they'd be fed for a bit. I'm sure they don't need near as much as you.
Side note, I was having problems naming this episode. I'm like,
Mammoth salmon.
Yeah, and then mammoth salmon. I'm like, why did it even take so long to
Yeah,
realize that it
mammoth
should be called mammoth salmon? I'm sure I'll do a side note on what mammoth salmon actually is.
No, that's another frickin'.
That's a lore guide?
That should be a whole lore guide.
Okay, I'll make a lore guide on mammoth salmons then.
I love it.
Yeah, we were here just trying to figure out why everything had flooded, and it sounds like this is what caused it. So,
This would be what caused it.
yeah, a lot of people died.
Then you would not be opposed, any of you, to me taking...
All of it? Go ahead, sir.
No, it's too much for me. A good portion.
Yeah. Just
No, you go right ahead.
Just so there's the black goo that's coming out of it,
You see the giant imprint shift, and it
and
The
I'm
elf
not
moves over, but the
sure
imprint
if the
stays.
black goo is a good thing to eat or
It
not,
puts its elven
because
finger
it's
in.
mutagen and
hurt though?
We don't
Tastes
know
like
that.
blood and rotten eggs.
I'd hate for something terrible to happen to you because you ate it because it's got the black goo. But you take whatever.
Seems okay.
Okay.
We think that this thing got through the mountain pass because of a series of earthquakes.
Yeah, where did it come from?
Haven't you seen the hole?
No. What hole?
You seem to know something that we don't there, sir.
We can't fly, so we haven't seen anything.
I would be obliged to show you, seeing as you are sharing your kill.
That would be most kind of you.
Flip Flop's eyes sparkle. Just like really haphazardly stands up quickly, grabs Mort and goes,
So
yes!
it just
All over a friggin' dragon ride.
Yes, 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 yes.
if at any point you treat me like a horse, I will drop you from the sky.
We'll be back.
It
Do you want to drag us in your claws?
it puts a hand out. You are free to ride in my claws or hop onto my back.
I'll take a claw. That seems more respectful.
Where would you like? Where? Yeah.
It's or pulls forth the breastplate a little bit.
Yeah.
There is a pocket.
Heck yeah! Flip Flop rolls into the pocket with Mort.
He just skitter up in. Oh wait, which one's you?
I'm gonna. That's me.
This
I'm
one.
gonna-
Oh yeah, sorry,
That
I
one.
grabbed the wrong one.
I'll be in a back.
Yeah, Flip Flop and Mort are in the pocket couch.
I'm in a back
and
foot.
grinning.
Are you going for a ride?
Yeah, I'm going for a ride too. I don't really weigh anything. I'm just sort of using him to
Well, you
anchor
hang on.
myself a bit, so because I can't keep up. I'm assuming otherwise.
You're like Oscar the Grouch, right?
With-
Instead of
With the chicken.
with the chicken.
It's okay.
Let's go discover.
Let's see if he talks now.
Yeah, it makes a cup for you of its hand.
Sweet.
You grab on for dear life. There's a couple scales that you can get your fingers underneath.
Sweet. While I'm in there, I'm just gonna quickly eat one of my buns.
Okay. Smells delicious.
I'll toss him half my bun. Which is probably nothing for him.
Yeah, it's like tossing a crouton to a dog.
Oh, can I tell Zip Zip to please take care of my
Picturing it
mules?
like
Oh yeah.
the first Blues Brothers when they're in the restaurant and he's eating without eating, he just throws it over his shoulder and Jake, just
Yeah. So yeah, it jumps into the air like super fast, like anime style, like, and like suddenly you're in the like, and you, and not so much you, but you hold on because you can move with it.
Yeah.
But you two G-forces are like, you can just feel the skin on your face fucking peeling back.
Flip Flop squealing with
So, combination anime and Looney Tunes. It takes off like an anime, but their eyes and skin are doing the flappy Looney Tunes thing.
Or
Straight back.
or Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
So we're not talking much on the journey.
Flip Flop's just squealing.
What do we see?
And it's big wing buffets, and the booms from it are just deafening every time it flaps its wings.
Yeah.
You fly up into the air. Let me just flip it back here. Let's see if I can get here. Oh, no, that's
Never
certainly
say
not
no to a free dragon ride.
Shu will be hanging on to the sort of the end of his tail at the back there.
Okay. So it takes you into the air. You go up. You can see the Asian crater. You can see little, like weird little like complexes in throughout the crater valley. You can see some of the tiny little lookout towers, like
Oh, wow.
like toothpicks rising up.
Big buildings for little people.
They are just spindly little
Yeah.
things. Made it of all sorts of things. Sometimes it's trees, sometimes just all sorts of shit. And you see what looks like a baby going down a beach trying to make its way to the water. Like a turtle or something, a
Yeah.
baby turtle. And just like the earth is just ripped up. Hills are just pushed aside. This thing is titanically huge.
And it just came out of a hole in the ground?
Wait.
Okay.
So mountains like pushed aside, ripped apart, melted in places.
Oh.
And then you see at the base, which you have never seen yet, I don't believe, at the base of these breathless peaks, the Eminence Breathless, you actually see this just colossal hole through the breathless peaks.
That is bad.
It is well known. Now you're from, so one of the marvels of
Where's the
Toothwall Keep. Is it Toothwall Keep? I can't remember what one of the keep is. One of the marvels that separates Idamark and the horrors of Idamark.
Do you have a whole world map?
I do.
Could we bring it up for
Yeah,
just a moment?
2 shakes. So one of the wonders of Idamark, keeping the horrors of Idamark out, made by the Technostai, and nobody knows how it's done, is this wall that basically keeps everything out. It's this monolithic wall, and the wall is made out of this primordial residuum, of which it is well known that no known metal can cut it, no known acid can do any better than etch it. It can't be chiseled or chipped or fractured, or it's basically nigh invulnerable.
And this thing just burned a hole right
And
through
this thing looks like it has tunneled through it.
Can you show us the whole world map?
It will take some time to do that, though. Give me a sec.
And it looks like this is the thing that made this tunnel. This wasn't.
It looks
there's
like
no,
it. Yeah. And there are actually in the distance mountains that are just melted away.
So we
Like-
can't. So it came out of the hole.
Looks
though.
like it came out of the hole and just like rammed.
But you said in the distance past the hole, there's melted mountains.
No. So there's melted mountains in front of it. So there's the Breathless Peaks, which are just titanic. They go in the mesosphere. They're like 80,000 feet high. And then there's like regular mountains where there would be foothills. There are mountains that act as foot mountains. Then there are foothills and so on and so forth. But there are full mountains that are like just melted away in its path.
But not the breathless peaks themselves, or not. There's not like a hole through them.
There is a hole through the,
At the
base of the Breathless Peaks.
But they're still above.
They're still above.
So the hole
They're
just been burned
yeah,
through,
just
like a
burned
tunnel.
through like a
Okay.
tunnel.
So we're going underground.
So like the
Yeah,
probably
I
the
just-
larger size, but the train tunnel through the Rockies.
Yeah, like that kind of idea.
just a lot longer.
Yeah. Now let me try and.
And the trail leads all the way up to the mammoth salmon corpse. So it was the one that dug its way through, as far as we can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, bit of a weird one, but the world as you understand it. The Great Residuum Field, the city of Residuum, the Fortin Valley is right here.
Yeah.
Okay. The land of the many gods, or the nation of the many gods, is right here.
Is that where we were?
I'll try and zoom in on this a little bit. Just it's not super clear. The island of Deep Isla, which you guys walked to. Deep Port is right around here.
Okay.
You guys are up in here, and the hole is here.
Where is Idamark from us?
Idamark is
Okay, good.
so past
Other
Fletcher,
direction.
and this is where that wall is
Yeah.
that connects.
I'm not familiar with this area then.
Not super familiar,
Yeah,
no.
I've never
You would
been.
have came through Sletcher,
Yeah.
and then up along here through Residuum and made your
Okay.
way.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know anything about this area.
The ascetics live up here.
Okay. Sorry, I just needed to orient us from Idamark to see
Yeah.
if anything with my family would apply, but
And
it doesn't.
those are the Rake Mountains.
And where is the hole that we're looking at?
And the hole that you're looking at is roughly there,
Okay.
right where the hand is, and I will bring back the other map.
Okay. Thank you, babes.
No problem. I just wanted to make sure I had a map on here, even if it is a little blurry.
So does this wall like encompass all of what we generally know?
So,
Like, does it circle all the way around, or is it just this one area, but it's broken through?
sorry, which wall?
The giant impregnable wall that this thing has managed to smash.
No. So the giant impregnable wall is just an example of people or the Technostai having built a wall out of this primordial residuum, and the process in which it was done totally lost. Since then, nobody's been able to figure out how to process the breathless peaks, those crystals, at all. They're a type of residuum, but nobody can figure out how to process it. the tunnel has been drilled through those breathless peaks.
Okay.
Drilled or melted?
Melted, sorry.
Okay.
Drilled,
Is
figure
there
of
any,
speech.
from where we can see, is there any like acid or anything dripping off of it?
There is some weird clear liquid dripping out of the corner of its mouth.
Oh, of the
but
salmon?
yeah, but it's basically like egg white as far as you can tell.
Okay.
After all these days of reacting, it's probably inert and stuff.
Well, it wouldn't be bad to take some of it though.
Yeah.
Scoop some up, put it in a vial. I'm sure you've got.
So are we still flying with this thing? Can I talk to
Yeah.
it while,
Yeah, for
while
sure.
I'm sitting there? So do you know where this thing came from other than that hole? Like where
I would imagine the hole.
No, but
I
where,
can't go further.
where it came, like where it might have come from out
The other side of the peaks, I've never been.
Oh.
Yeah, they're too high to fly over.
I live in the mountains yonder, and it points somewhere over here, near the foot.
Yeah.
So this could be like the first of many, like that could come down into here.
Possibly.
Did you watch the thing die? Or it just laid the eggs and
No,
died?
the earthquakes awoke many of us. We had a council.
Oh, you guys
There
were
were
all
scouts.
sleeping.
There were scouts sent. It looks like a reasonable food source.
Thank you for not killing us for a food source.
You're too little.
And bony. Very bony. Very bony.
Very bony. Even you, fat little elf.
Didn't know you were an elf. I'm not.
He just brings its hand up. You are. It looks at you right in the eye.
I don't like it.
You smell like an elf.
Oh, God.
Have you recently mated with an elf and not washed yourself? Are you pregnant with an elf child?
So you're just gonna cover her ears and like not listen.
No, you are not pregnant. It's you.
Horrible.
Would the Felidae like to propose she is not a Felidae? Would the spirit like to propose that it is not a spirit?
But that's a shoe. That's Bushu.
Sure. Then why does the elf propose that is not an elf?
I think she has some deep-rooted trauma from her childhood.
Just cover your ears.
Childhood. Fun times. Hunting in the forest. Killing bears. Dining on large rock.
She's just chanting all of the types of bread that she's ever eaten.
Were you bullied by a Bruce?
Baguettes, and rye bread, and
You were bullied by
wheat
baguettes?
bread, and oat bread, and pumpkin bread, and carrot bread.
I lost 2 friends to
Bread.
They're delicious.
The Bruces?
Oh, yes.
Never
Toasts?
tried them. How do you cook them?
Cook.
Do you just eat them raw?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hot cross buns.
I've got I'm now having a conversation about food.
You're just jabbering on with just eating food.
I'm just listing types of bread. cheese sticks.
Self-soothing.
Cheese sticks.
What do you make of its spirit? It yells back at its tail.
It just learned to sort of accept it sometimes.
Interesting.
Pretzels is kind of a bread. Pretzels too. Yeah.
Really likes food.
Somewhat. Would you like to be closer?
Yeah, sure, let's get a closer look.
Did you want to let your Asian friends know?
Yeah, we should do that.
She's got my ears
Yeah,
covered.
let's
Your
do that.
Princess Laying with
Yeah.
a couple of buns?
My hands are on my head.
Oh,
but-
okay.
They should do buns.
Yeah.
You're just holding buns to your ears.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'd like to go get my mules. They're down
And every
there.
once in a while, in between crying, takes a bite and puts it back.
Delicious.
Mules are way too tough. Why would you enjoy eating that?
I don't. They're my friends.
Oh,
they're tic-tac and toe.
pack animals. I forgot
Yeah,
about
they're
that.
tic-tac and toe.
Fine.
Flip-flop just grins up at the dragon.
It flies back down, and gives you a moment to collect your whatever
Can
it is
I
you're doing.
put the mules in the house and
Yeah, for sure.
close the door?
The dragon looks back. Interesting trick.
And so, like, wherever I take a key and open it is where the cabin appears.
Seems that way.
Okay.
Crab bread. She's still.
Would you like some?
No, she can't hear anybody.
Pokes you gently with a claw on the forehead. You see its lips. Would you like some bread?
Oh yeah.
It reaches down and breaks off one of the crab legs
Oh, nice.
from it and scrapes it out and just presents a little bit of like raw crab meat on its
That's
claw for
really
you.
yummy. I'll eat that.
You slurp it up.
I'm feeling a little better now.
Crab bread.
Hey,
You actually feel
crab.
it rumbling through you.
I just kind of thought of something, Dragon, like, because you can't fly over the peaks. I don't know, maybe you're curious to see what's on the other side of the peaks. We could, like, go through the hole. You could, like, join
Come
us.
with us.
Just out of curiosity. I mean, maybe you could expand your range. Maybe there's hordes of gold over there. Maybe there's gold in the
do
tube.
well in holes. Holes are for halflings and kobolds.
But it's a giant hole. Like, you could fit in here. Like, you could fly in here. You'd be, like, and maybe a passage to new territory.
Possibly.
You
Tell me
would
more.
be the only of your kind to have gone beyond this mountain range and maybe potentially brought glory to your people from expanding your range.
Easy there, see.
Charisma check?
I mean, I got 3 of these, babe, and this. Does this go on these?
No, that's only damage. You blowing it all, are you?
Yeah, I will if I have to.
Never forget
Oh,
that. You've got to die for unless you stop concentrating.
I probably would have stopped by
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been a little while, so.
These have to pull it out of the fire because... Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
We'll talk on the way.
Yeah. And like they'll sing song, and I'm just gonna go on about all the benefits and like think about all the recipes. Like you could find so many new types of food out there. Like there could be forms of bread on the other side of that mountain range that like even no dragon kind has ever experienced. Maybe there's easy prey, herds and herds of easy prey. And I'm just gonna go on and on about all
You
the
might
ideas.
talk yourself out of this, Mason.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Shu, are you doing anything while you're on the back with the Asians? Asians? No, Asians. As.
I'll just chat with Zip Zip a minute, let him know that we're heading off with the dragon.
Ooh, fun.
You know, he seems quite friendly, so I wouldn't be too worried. At the same time, it might not hurt for you to gather what you got and head back home while you can.
You have buckets?
No, I don't have anything, so.
Curses. You put Zip Zip in your pocket, you bring Zip Zip.
Flip flop, just like, you want to come?
You would take me in your pocket?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Take me in your pocket.
I take Zip Zip, so now I have Zip Zip, like,
In your pocket, and
my
then you're in
pocket.
the dragon's pocket.
I'm in the dragon's pocket, and I have Mort on my shoulder.
Just so you're clear.
Heck yeah!
That's how big Zip Zip is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can he ride Mort?
Yeah, he could probably easily ride Mort.
Who's Mort?
My chicken?
Oh, right.
Or chicken familiar.
So yeah, he clambers up on you, hops into your nest, grabs onto some string and just starts
Makes a nest.
winding
Yeah.
himself, seatbelting himself.
Pull
in.
out a crochet hook and quickly crochet something.
This is an experience of a lifetime. He's just vibrating.
Did Zip Zip instruct his people to get their stuff and get out, or did he just fuck this, I'm going for a ride?
Yeah. He points at another one of them and says,
You're in charge now.
And he goes down the line. Wiki, you are boss in my charge. Bill, you are boss of what Wiki was boss of. And now this is all in Asian, so only you understand.
So you threw the 100 of them.
No, not 100 actually. And then it goes, Zipsies, you are in charge of what Bill was in charge of. Nuff, you are in charge of what Zipsies was in charge of. And Beato, you are in charge of what Nuff was in charge of. I shall return.
I love him.
I love it.
And yes, Beato is a YouTube nod.
I like that.
Like it.
I thought so too. I was like, oh yeah.
Just because I could see it in your eyes.
I even like that channel. I don't understand.
Hi, Rick Beato.
I love it. Yeah, it's a music related channel, and like I'm not that into music, but it's a really interesting look at music.
Mm-hmm. If you want to see some good music interviews, Rick Beato, check out Rick Beato.
Yeah, Flip Flop thinks this is great.
And they all, like one by one, yes and good luck, yes and good luck, yes and good luck, and as in, good. Flip, flip, flop, flop.
Close enough.
They're all still high, probably.
Oh, they're like snap to attention, but like, grab their stomachs. And slowly, then you guys all remount the dragon. And the dragon's like, everybody's ready?
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
jumps into the air, and you hear Zip Zip like, oh! The whole way up, like just, that's all he does.
I love him. He's never going home.
So I'm all along the trip, I'm trying to convince the dragon to. I'm gonna go up by his ear there.
Yeah.
Explain about the knot.
Dex check.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got this. I'm
As you like nimbly
advantage.
It tries to accommodate where it can.
25. I'm nimble AF.
You've nestled yourself up by its horns.
And I'm telling him a little quietly, whispering in his ear some childhood stories, so that he understands why I don't want to be an elf. Because Mason can't remember her actual real name, because when she was very little, she barely escaped from an attack on her family's caravan through Idamerk, and she survived, but the trauma erased her name, and she feels ashamed of not saving her family, and this makes her refuse to tell people her name or anything about her, and she also can't remember. And so she's explaining this to the dragon, and so asking him if he would kindly refer to her as little human, and then like maybe let my friends know that it was just a mistake. And she's crying while she goes through this, and yeah. And you two don't know any of it.
Can we hear it? Are you talking?
No, I'm like
we're
whispering
talking?
right in his ear. Yeah, like as we're flying, I'm like. Yeah.
But a single tear
Aww.
falls from the dragon's eye.
Am I quick enough to cork that in one of my empty? I have 2 empty vials.
Are you quick enough? Probably. Do you want to be quick enough?
No, I don't want to try to steal dragon tears.
Okay.
I better not. I'm gonna not.
You would ask.
There's
I
also-
was like tempted.
The fact that A, stealing them, and B, the fact that we're flying.
And you're holding onto a horn for dear life.
I'm gonna hang on.
The dragon says, your story has moved me.
Yeah.
You have a name with my people forever. Will you be known as Kalof Nak Akul?
How do you spell that?
Kalof
Kalof
Knok
Knok.
and Alkour.
And what does it mean?
The tragic elf.
Oh.
He still called you an elf.
I'm gonna say it's the tragic elf human. And then she's gonna add that little bit on the heart. Okay. So yeah, so she has like a super heart to heart with the dragon. And they become like
Well,
buds.
it feels bad for you.
Yeah. But still,
We'll go that far.
I mean he's like super superior and all that, but she feels like he's her BFF.
Flip
And-
Flop falls asleep.
Okay, and to the dulcet tones of and
the dragon's also simultaneously having conversations with
oh yeah,
Fly.
it's like having it's like having family conversations at your parents' place where you're carrying
blank
on
out
like
my last
3 or
name
4
on that?
conversations. Yes, I can.
Thank you.
There's gonna be a lot of beeps this session.
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep.
As it flies through the air. It's noticing that Zip Zip is having fun, so it'll climb, and then it'll dive,
Aww.
and it'll climb,
This is
and
like
it'll
the
dive.
nicest dragon ever.
I would, when he starts doing that, Flip Flop wakes up and also is overly enthusiastic with Zip Zip.
You don't have to. Constitution saving throws.
I'm fine. Totally fine. I barfed out everything I got in me anyway. 17.
13.
You were a little queasy, but you're holding it in.
Okay.
What about Zip Zip?
Zip Zip's good. The whole time, yeah!
Plus he's like whacked out on peppermint. Tony.
He was not as whacked out on peppermint as everybody else.
Oh, okay.
He was very in moderation.
He's probably a hardcore addict and it just doesn't affect him as hard.
You travel faster than you've ever traveled in your entire life. It is just blinding at how fast this thing flies. And you land at the opening, at the foot, and you've never been this close to the Breathless Peaks. You land at the foot of the Breathless Peaks.
I am breathless.
You are breathless.
I have that Ion Stone. That you gave.
Oh,
Yep.
did the dragon take my 10 gold and my metal marbles?
No.
Yes! Ah, good.
No,
okay.
it was actually insulted by the fact that
Okay.
you tried to offer it such
For my
paltry-
worthless life.
for your worthless life.
Okay.
Do you want a beholder tooth?
No,
Okay. I thought they were cool.
foul things.
Killed my friend.
It lands and just looks down the hole. You can actually hear deep within the hole echoing sound of marching feet, punctuated by a low, like a crocodile, but like a chorus of them. Like
Have my conversations with the dragon convinced it to explore into the gigantic, plenty big enough for it to fly through the tunnel and not technically be underground tunnel?
It is huge. It smells foul.
Yeah.
Smells of halflings and lesser reptiles.
Oh.
You could eat them.
Smells of dwarf, human,
Dwarves and humans are usually nice.
satyr,
Those are usually nice.
but overwhelmingly of lesser reptilian. And foul wind.
See, like, we could go check it out. You could be, like, super cool, like, you know, explorer of your kind. And,
Like
like,
we could wait here and see who's walking towards us.
Yeah.
yeah.
We could have an ambush.
Yeah, and then we could, like, fly away if it's something important.
I can go take a look too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
part of me. I'm gonna slip my mask off
Yeah.
and head down the cave. I'm gonna put myself a good like 40, 50 feet up.
Yeah.
So that I'm not like
easily.
Oh no, but more just
Yeah.
that I'm not like at level where they are. They would have to look up to see me.
Yeah.
Since the cavern's big enough, I'm gonna make use of the space and fly down. I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes worth, just to see what I can see.
3 or 4 minutes in, it becomes basically pitch black, and you can hear the marching of feet, like an army headed towards you. But you
Okay.
can't tell whether it's a lot of people or whether it's
Echoing.
the echo. The walls are melted, and they look like melted glass, like a volcanic
Obsidian
glass.
kinda.
And you actually can't smell. So, yeah, there we go.
No, I do not.
Are you gonna keep going? Get eyes on it?
And you actually hear the dragon from the mouth of the cave saying, "I would not go too far alone."
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I just headed down a bit just to see if I could see anything, but it's a little too murky, so I'll head back.
Do you want to come with us?
We're gonna wait and see what comes up.
Would prefer to wait to see what's coming.
Okay.
Something is coming. Do you? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I set up a spell? Like, can I set up area of pain somehow to like trigger if someone walks on it?
It would be a vast area to try and cover. The cavern is at least 100 feet wide,
Okay.
if you were to guess.
Is it kind of like what was that movie? The Core, when he runs the thing and it blows the hole
Yeah.
through the mountain, and
Very
they're
similar.
standing at the front of it, and it's just this giant, massive.
Yeah,
Okay.
very similar actually.
Okay, so we wait off to the side. Should we wait up? Is there a strategic point we can wait around here where we might be able to see them coming?
At this point, yeah, there's a few
Like
large
above?
there's a few large rock boulders that you guys could make a decent camp
Like
behind that
perch
are
above?
higher up. Because these things come out of the ground like crystals punching up through solid rock, and the mountains just form from being pushed out of the way,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places to hide, regardless of the fact that the path that this thing blazed was, again, partly melted rock, and as soon as it gets away from the Breathless Peaks,
just
away,
pushing dirt.
It's pushing dirt, it's pushing rock, it's partly
Trees.
melting, partly pushing,
Okay.
scrambling over mountains, and when a mountain was too difficult to scramble over, it just either blew it away, with some sort of melt of some description, or just looks like it just thrashed its way through.
All right.
Like a fish was given crab legs and was like
Okay.
flopping along.
Deliciously.
Yeah.
Now I feel like eating crabs.
Crab legs, crab legs.
Wonder
You were Mason.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's too big to reanimate.
My.
I'm actually shocked
God.
that it took you this long
I was
to get
thinking
there.
about it. I'm like, but now there's an army coming. If I can reanimate
wonder.
this
You
thing,
should try it.
I'm
after
gonna
everything.
try.
I leave it to you guys. It's 3:20. Do you want to leave it here? Because it is a good
I would
place
like to
cut.
wait until they come so we can
Yeah.
see who's there.
I want to know who's there, and then we can.
Yeah.
Then I will move it along just a
little.
small step.
Are they singing songs? Are there
Can I
trumpets?
understand them?
They're not speaking. And
It's marching.
they're just marching.
Do they appear to be like slaves marching, soldiers, just general people?
It sounds like a march, like a march
Okay,
of an
so
army.
like organized.
Lots of them?
Again, it's hard to tell from the echoes. It's really hard to tell from the echoes.
Do you want to see them, Jeff, this time, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can wait for them, but once they show up, we might
We'll stop,
pause
yeah.
it there.
Yeah. So you wait, and it approaches nighttime. Where you would normally take watch, you all decide to stay up late
I'm just meditating, like usual.
and wait. And the dragon is hanging out with you. And you see
Hey, will the dragon play cards with Dottie and I?
the dragon is excited by the fact that it gets to play cards. It
Yes!
transforms back into its elven form.
Yeah, we're gonna play.
And sits at the table.
Okay.
Or whatever you've used
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
table to play cards.
Wait.
It is fascinated by Dottie.
Oh, good. I'm gonna. If he wants to wear Dottie, he can try it out.
may
If he
not
wants to
get
get to
Dottie
know her a little
back.
bit. If he's really interested in her, I would be willing to. Like, ask Dottie if Dottie wants to get to know the Dottie.
Oh, Dottie's on. Dottie.
That is always
Dottie's a
down.
solid yes.
Dottie is always a yes. She wants to bareback at any possible opportunity.
I'm
with
gonna ask
anybody
her
who.
if she please would come back to me if she would like to go get to know the dragon and hang out.
Oh, you're my girl.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You're a fucking solid
Yeah, I'll let
freak.
her go.
But I've never done a dragon before.
Yeah, go hang out with the dragon if the
And-
dragon wants you.
And you two are attuned, so.
Yeah. I'll let her go hang
Oh,
out.
you finally attuned to her? I didn't
Yeah.
think you could.
No, I can.
Interesting.
The dragon is an elf. Are you sure? Dottie's like, put me on, do me!
Okay, I would like to, but she's like my best friend, and I owe her a lot of money. And all of my money
It's
at
true.
the bank
Bitch
is under
owes
her
me,
name,
bitch
so
better
I
pay.
need her to access all the money at my bank. So I gotta ask you if you please promise me, give me your dragon word that you will give her back to me.
This point in the video is just going to be a series of beeps, interspersed by maybe some minor pornography sounds. As Dottie experiences the dragon, it is loud,
It's epic.
it is raucous, and I will try and keep it as PG-13 as I can.
Okay.
Does he turn back
I
into a full
just theme
dragon?
music. That's all. No sounds, just the theme music.
So Dottie's a slutty bard.
I'm gonna go kick rocks for a while. I need to eat a peppermintoni stick. And,
I sit with you.
yeah, I'll go hang.
You can come hang with
I'll go
Zip
hang
Zip.
with Zip Zip and Flip.
The dragon actually is the one who, like, after about 20 minutes is like, okay. And where Dottie's like doing her like, no, her pucker, like her little like. You
Yeah,
can actually
I-
see Dottie like throbbing on
I'm gonna
the,
put her on
the
a
table.
nose ring.
She's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walk up to the dragon, beside the dragon, and go, yeah, that's why I haven't put her.
She is a stone cold freak.
Yep.
We used to call them a super freak. Super freak, eh?
Yow.
Oh, this is
Will
why
you
we
be our
love
friend forever?
Oh my god.
We have a tower.
I'm
Rushes
making
off
that
the
the
call.
alternate.
Yeah, so we played cards.
Super freak, super freaky. Yow.
Yeah.
They had a little super freak, and then so the army marches closer.
Later into the evening, approaching.
And they don't stop. Like it's a constant.
Yeah.
They're marching, no breaks, no stops. Okay.
Approaching the Infra's Day, where the Lumi light is high in the sky.
First night.
No, actually, like nighttime noon, basically,
Okay.
where it's at its brightest. It's
Okay.
almost a twilight with a nice
True
like,
night.
It's like a silver
Okay.
glow
Flip-flop
on everything.
screams.
Yeah.
Now, you see,
And you like, are you doing like the super run and then stop,
Yeah.
and then super run,
And then
yeah.
what you initially think of is as very large ogres in full plate battle armor, 5 abreast,
Shit
come
balls.
marching out of this cave. You realize they are not ogres. They are easily as big as ogres.
Is it a pride parade or are we fucked?
It is not a pride parade of any description.
Okay.
so we're fucked.
But the armor, way more radical, way more spiked, way more clean and regimented than an ogre full plate armor. And the snouts on these armors are huge.
Alligator people.
Oh.
You've never seen these before. Don't make any checks. It's
Okay.
never gonna.
We
Pan
did
out
not
for
see.
you.
Okay.
Behind these 5 massive fucking hulking tanks, you see a row of. Now, just a second. I'll make sure I got my numbers right. A row of 10. What are clearly in like.
So 10 in a row, 5 times 5.
So there's 5
Okay.
in these armor, and then there's 10 abreast.
Okay.
Wearing these like drapey linens,
Okay.
but they are clearly some sort of huge mutated alligators.
Okay.
They are kind of ogre in shape, but they have clearly alligator heads.
Okay.
Lumbering,
Alligogers.
you see, and they are carrying, so the 10 in pairs, so five pairs,
Okay.
they are carrying Cadillacs. Not the car, but like Middle Eastern style Cadillacs, where they are like poles through a giant like
There's people.
stagecoach, basically.
So they're carrying people.
So they're carrying some sort of transport.
The hell are those things called?
They are not called Cadillacs. The word that the Jerk DM is looking for is actually sedan, also called litters or palanquins. So, the lady for today is the winner. The sedan, or litter, is a class of wheelless vehicle, a type of human-powered transport for the movement of people. Smaller litters may take the form of open chairs or beds carried by 2 or more carriers, some being enclosed for protection from the elements. Larger litters, for example those of the Chinese emperors, may resemble small rooms upon a platform borne upon the shoulders of a dozen or more people. To most efficiently carry a litter, porters either place the carrying poles directly upon their shoulders or use a yoke to transfer the load from the carrying poles to the shoulders. And now back to the session.
Called Cadillacs.
Are they?
Yeah, there was a different word.
The
for it.
smaller ones are Palaquins.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the word I was thinking.
And I may be pronouncing
I'll look it up and I'll double check it, but I'm sure the large ones are called.
And I might be
Cadillacs.
pronouncing that wrong, but I think it's a Palaquin.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm like, I knew there was a phrase. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. There'll be a picture on the screen. I'm
Okay.
sure I'll pop it up just to make sure that I'm not wrong. So carrying 5 Cadillacs, so another 10 of those gaiters and linen behind them, and then another row of 5 of the heavily armored ones from in behind.
And then multitudes after.
No, and that seems to be about it.
But the dragon said that it smelled like satyrs and.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
Mutant, yeah.
So, and you see them halt, and you heard like a little bell inside jingle before they halt. They stop, they put the Cadillacs down.
Uh-oh.
Again, the word he's looking for is sedan.
I swear to God, if it's Gertrude, I won't.
The gators pull up their weapons, which actually have blood on them.
Okay.
Dried blood at this
Yeah.
point. And you see a hatch open from up top. And you see a human.
A lich? No.
No,
not
you
a
see a human
Good.
come out, and in several different languages to which your eyes light up, Felidae and Common.
Okay.
And the dragon is still in elven form. You guys are hiding behind the rocks. You see it stand on top of the Cadillac, kind of climb on top of this pulpit-like thing, and say, "We know you're out there. What language do you prefer?" And it cycles through all the languages, and then it waits. "I will await an answer." And it cycles through the languages.
I'm gonna whisper to the dragon that because he's like obviously the most powerful and glorious amongst us, that possibly he or she or it should speak for us because I'm worthless and lowly and.
The emissary waits in several different languages.
Just say Common.
I asked the dragon like what it is.
The dragon, the elven form dragon, climbs on top of the rocks. Common will do.
I climb up with him. Great, let's just do this.
Greetings from emissary Nahog of His Eminence Quehanir. Oh wait, just let me put on a different pair of glasses so I can read this because this is way too small. Somewhere in here. Oh, there they are. No, I got the good ones. And it's rather dim in here. There it is. Emissary Nahog of His Eminence Quenar, the corporate Quenar of His Eminence Quenar of the Corporate Expeditionary Force.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Bid you greeting. And this is where we'll end it because it
Okay.
could go all over
Yeah.
the place from here.
Well, I'm sure that we will make new
Well,
friends.
Yeah, and have a fantastic
It's gonna
conversation.
be wonderful. Mostly friendly.
Yeah.
And as this is happening, the guards are standing there and you can just hear the rumbling of these gator things from
Yikes.
inside their armor. And the plates.
Cool.
They look like they want to be Flip-Flop's new friends.
everything does though.
I really like the idea of seeing if you can.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
You guys each get 1 point because
Yeah, I
none
put
of
mine
you
on already.
rolled ones.
I have a new friend. His name's Zip Zip.
I have new
He may want to go back to his people. Don't get too attached.
No, he's not going
I
back.
want to stay with you. You're gonna hug him too hard and kill him.
I'm
Again, the word he's looking for is sedan.